I'm Andrea Isabel Lucas, founder of Bar and Soul and author of Own It All. The Own It All podcast is all about how to stop waiting for change and start creating it because your life belongs to you. Every week, I interview inspiring women and they share their tips about how to own it all in the various areas of your life, like career, time management, health, style, and relationships. Tune in every week so they can share their advice with you. And don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review in your favorite listening app. Hi, Andrea here, and welcome to the Own It All podcast. My guest today is one of the interviewees from my book. Her name is Phee Manuel. She is a busy, very ambitious woman who really owns it all like nobody's business. She's got 3 kids. She has a pole dance business called Romance and Dance with 3 studio locations in LA. She has the most killer sense of style. A marriage that is legit relationship goals. And honestly, one of the most straight shooting and hardest hustling women that I know. Made time in her schedule after like 3 hours of sleep of hustling and working all night last night and is here with us today. Welcome, Phee.
Hey girl, how are you?
I am so pumped that you joined us. So just so you guys know, Phee and I met when we were on a panel at the Mind Body Bold conference last year, which is for fitness studio owners. Phee owns pole studios. I own bar and yoga studios. And we got to sit side by side. And I have to say that like the minute, the tension, there was like a tension in the room. There was like a little bit of an atmosphere of like tenseness. And when we got to introduce ourselves, I had to go first. And I was like trying to get it right and be all cool. And then like when I ever got to pass the mic to Phee, it was like just realness just descended upon the room. Everybody relaxed. You could just see everyone in the room just go, and just relax. And then I got to watch the rest of the entire weekend of being at the conference. Basically, everyone was fighting over like wanting to be Phee's best friend. Like anytime we were at any workshop or party or whatever, like there was a line of people just lining up to want to meet you and just talk to you because you just are so real, so warm and inviting.
We had so much fun that week. Didn't we have fun?
So much fun.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
So much fun. And I have to say, like, one of my favorite things also was just your husband, Bo. Like, he was just up in the midst of all of it with all of us. Like, he's so like your wingman. He's like your hype man. He was wearing all of his head to toe romance and dance gear.
Yes.
Like your promoter, your social media guy.
You remember the video when we got caught with the video? Was you there?
Oh, yes. We did get caught. That was amazing. Yes, Bo snuck up on us and got a video of everyone crowded around Phee's phone, checking out her nude male model for her paint and sip nights. And he busted us on social media with that.
so busted on that one.
Yeah, we were. So there are so many different topics that we cover in the book Own It All. We talk about goals, we talk about style, we talk about relationships. And like, it's hard to even pick one topic to talk to you about because you are just such a hustler and you have so much happening in so many different arenas. So I actually think it would be fun to start with goals where it is a new year and hear a little bit about what you're up to for 2019.
Okay, so 2019, what I do in December of the year before, I always try to lay down all my goals for the following year. That way I have something to look forward to. This year, I'm focusing on my nude sipping paints. We just had a female nude sipping paint. That was my first nude sipping paint for the females, but it was sold out. So that one came out good, but I still do the male sipping paints. I love to focus on that because I have so much fun when I do those. Okay. Who say that you can't have fun at work?
Exactly.
Then we're working on, right before we got on, we was working on the, I'm trying to get my twerk videos out because I keep on saying, I'm going to do my twerk video. So basically you can learn how to twerk at home as well as learn how to pole dance at home too. So we're working on those. Right before I called you, we were working on those. As well as what else is upcoming? I am trying to get another studio in the Woodland Hills area. I wanted to open before this year started, but some things we set back. Ain't no big deal. But we will be working on that soon upcoming.
Yeah, sometimes the timing just isn't there. And when it's right, it'll happen. I have no doubt you're going to have another studio before you know it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really cool that you're making the videos to work on these things at home because like something like pole dance or twerking, I can see a lot of people being interested, but maybe a little intimidated about going into a studio. And it
Exactly.
seems like they would enjoy and appreciate being able to work on it at the privacy of their own home, at least to
Yes.
start.
Yes. And then we have a lot of followers. Like I have a lot of followers out of state. So out of state, they'll be able to come. A lot of them do come and visit. Don't get me wrong. But now you can have it for a cheap price because I really want to make it a reasonable price. That way, everybody can do it. Everybody. And everybody be like, oh, I got to have a big butt in order to twerk. That's not true. That's false. I got some girls that basically make it happen with their ass. Oh, I wasn't supposed to cuss. Sorry.
No, you can. Go ahead. Feel free.
I do got some girls that know how to twerk that butt, and little booties matter for real, for real.
That's funny. You must have read my mind because that was going to be my question. It's like exactly how much ass is required for twerking.
Okay, it's not. It's all in the butt. Truthfully, if you got a bigger butt, it's harder for you to twerk because all that butt got that muscle. It's harder to move that muscle. So that's what we work on. So it's easier if you got a smaller butt, but you don't need no butt in order to twerk.
Okay, that's very encouraging. Life goals.
Yes, I got you. You're gonna be my first. Hey, you're gonna be my first twerk dummy.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Look, try this one. How this one look? We're gonna test it out on you.
Do you ever twerk underwater? It's so fun because it's like slow motion.
Yes, and then it make your booty look even bigger. So yeah, that is.
It just floats.
Oh, yes.
All right. So tell me, like, obviously, okay, you're running 3 studios. You're getting ready to open another one. You've got videos coming out. I know that your husband, Bo, is just got his real estate license. I saw that's happening. So, like, a lot of big stuff. You've got 3 teenagers. Tell me, like, what is your why? Like, what is the thing that gets your 2 feet on the floor every morning and that makes you like, okay, let's do this?
My why is basically I love money, and that's what my hustle. I love what I do. When you love what you do, it's not like you're working. So my why is my kids, my family, but it's also that money. That money drives me. Like for real, it's nothing for me to get up. Like right now, I just went to bed about 3 hours ago. We got straight up. I wasn't supposed to be up. I had set my alarm for about 8 o'clock, but I got up at like 7. So my thing is I love what I do. So what gets me up in the morning, my kids, because they like the finer things in life. They real spoiled. They spoiled as hell. So they like the finer things in life. And I know in order to provide for my family, I have to get my butt up and hustle every day. Like it's nothing. And I recently, well, not recently, but a couple of years ago, I quit my job to do what I like. So what gets me up is my family. And what keeps me going is my hustle. And that's what I love doing. And hustle, you can't teach how to be a hustler. It's something that's driven in you. It's like I tell people when they be like, oh, that person stole my idea, or oh, this person is doing what I'm doing. It doesn't matter, because if you got that drive in you, you're going to outrace them. You're going to outrun them. So if you guys are in a race, they going to get tired. Once it's time to get to that finish line, they going to get tired. You're not. And that's what drives me. That hustle in me, that burning inside in me is what really, really drives me.
That's beautiful. You know what I love is like, you are so matter of fact that like money drives you. Like it's not something to tiptoe around. It's not something that you're shy about. Like, why the hell not? Like money is power. Money gives you empowerment to be able to do whatever it is that you want. You can keep it for yourself. You can use it to help other people. You can spend it on your kids. Why should one certain section of the population have all the goddamn money? Like, why shouldn't we all be going after it?
One year, my New Year's resolution was, whenever somebody talks to you at the end of the conversation, ask yourself, what's in it for me? How much money am I going to get paid? Because we waste our time on bullshit when we could be doing other stuff that gets us paid. Like if it does not make money, it does not make sense in my book. Period, point blank. At the end of the night, at the end of the day, how much money am I going to get paid? Period.
Exactly. I love that. And I agree with you. Like sometimes in my business, it's kind of like the 80-20 rule. Like I'll find there's certain things in my business that actually stress me out, keep me up at night. There's drama. I got to call this person, talk them off a ledge, whatever. And then when I'll actually go and look at it, it's like, wait, this is like an area of my business is not even hardly moving the needle. There's like no money coming out of this. And then other things that are going really smoothly are making most of the money.
The most money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so
that's
funny.
how it works. And that's how you have to balance yourself. If it's not worth it, stay away from it. And like you said, the things that are not worth it, those are the things that you be stressing the most about. And it doesn't even make sense.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make sense. And that's my husband. My husband be like, okay, well, let it go. Like, it is what it is. It's done. It's done already. Keep it pushing.
Do you have a favorite way of declining or saying no to things that aren't worth your time?
My favorite way is really like, what do they say? I say, oh, okay, let me think about it. That really, you know how your mama, when you want to go out and you be like, oh, I got to ask my mama if I can go out. And she used to be like, okay, maybe. And you'd be like, damn, that's a no. It's the same thing. I'm like, oh, okay, let me think about it. Now, Bo, he'll keep it 100. He'll be like, no, hell no. That don't even make sense. Me, I be like, let me think about it. Like my cousin told me, because I have a rule that I never hire. If I fire you or if I fire you, I never hire you back. Okay, period, right. Point blank. Because I fired my daughter like 3 times, and every time I rehire her, I be like, I know why the hell I fired you. Okay.
Yep.
So I have a rule that I don't rehire. So one of my cousins was all like, Phee, let me start working back. Let me start working. Because once you lose something, you forget how well you had it. So she was all like, let me just start working again. Let me just start working again. So she asked our other cousin, and Jazz was all like, Shelly, look, Phee gonna keep on telling you no, not right now. Just ask Bo. He's going to tell you the truth. He's going to tell you hell no. So you can move on with your life. But that's how it is. I just be like, oh, okay, maybe. Let me look into it. And that's my no.
Yeah. It's like, if you even have to really think about it, it's probably a no. You're right. Because there's something holding you back.
Exactly.
Okay. Speaking of things that make good financial sense, obviously you're a pole studio, you run pole classes, but you have found this niche in your business around these paint and sip nights, which are so fun and so funny and have turned out to be really lucrative. Do you want to just tell us a little bit about what they are and what that looks like?
Yes. In California, I'm really kind of the only person that does it. But a lot of people do the sip and paints. Now, sip and paints is basically you have an instructor and then you paint a flower onto your canvas. Well, what I do, I have it where it's a little bit more exotic and it's a little bit more fun. So I have a nude male model. And what we do is I'll probably, for the first hour, I have about, I do icebreakers. So I'm playing different games to loosen you up because once you see a naked man in your face, it's a whole different ball game. We play games for about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. Then I always tell people this. My first one, I was like, oh, I'm ready. And then he came out. I said, oh, shit, I ain't ready. Because so he comes out. He stands on a stage. And my instructor, my paint instructor, she tells you how to basically make his 6-pack all the way down to his wet willy. So and everybody's wing didn't come out looking different. They wet willy come out looking a little bit different than their others. So that's a lot of fun. It's $49 per person. Each event I sell out. And my very first one, I was like, I just want 20 people to come. 20 turned into 30, 30 turned into 40, 50. And then at like maybe a week before the event, I had 60 sold. And then it was like, you are not going to be able to fit all these people. I'm like, shit, they still paying? We get ready to make some more seats available. The first one I had sold 72. I think it was 72 people. That was the first one. Yeah. The second one, it was just like 80 people. And then the third one, I was like, okay, we might have to do sessions so I can make it smaller, but it's so much fun. Like it's a live DJ, everybody's partying. At the end of the night, I always ask them, like, did you have fun? And they were like, oh my God, this is something that I've never expected. And then we also do private parties. So like if you don't want to have everybody there and you just want it for yourself, I also do the private parties. Those are like stupid cracking. It was to the point where I was using one of my guys, his name is Masterpiece. And we was like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I was seeing him Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It was just like, okay, Phee, I got you tomorrow. Bye. See you tomorrow. But it was like back to back, back to back. So those are like, we're stupid popping on those right now. Like,
wow. Oh my God. So I knew this was going well and I knew they were popular. I didn't know there were like 70, 80 people popular.
Oh,
that's insane.
Yes. Oh, yes. All of them. Every last one of them, I try to switch it up that way. Because a lot of the girls like to come like 2-3 times. Because once you come to one, you be like, girl, I got to tell my homegirls. And then your homegirls is looking at the videos you send in and they like, oh, shit, where are you at? So, and then they're like, why you didn't tell me? And then they want to come to the next one. So I try to change it up on each one. That way it's like a movie. When you go, you don't be like, I already know the ending. No, you don't, because we're going to switch it up. And right. I have people that done went to every last one of them. and I've always switched it up. I don't care if it's to the games. We have bottle service. If it's your birthday or you celebrating something, we have the, what are those? The flares that come out with the bottle service, and you get your own bottle. So it's a lot of fun. It's a lot.
Oh my God.
It's, women, we like to be the first one to do everything. It's like them shoes, girl. When you the first one to wear them shoes and you be like, where you get them from? And you be like, oh, I ain't telling you. We like to be the first to do everything. So all the girls like to have it for their parties once they come to one. They be like, I gotta do this. So that's why it's so much fun. It's just like a different experience.
It sounds like, yeah, once you go once, you realize you haven't lived yet until now.
Yes. Okay.
And are you getting mostly women attending, or do you allow men and women?
Okay, so I did have my first male that attended, the second to the last one. It was fun. It was interesting because I just didn't think that. I just thought it was just going to be all girls. So when he came, I was like, oh, shoot, yes, okay, because I'm here for it, okay? So it's male. It's mainly females, though. It is like 99% females. So.
And then when you had the female model come in, was it still all women doing the painting?
No. Okay. That was males and females. And so I had males and females, and it was people in there like, I just want to come every time. Like, this is crazy, because I also give you, like, for example, I give you a twerk show. I give you a pole dancing show. Like, I do all of this, and I teach you twerking while you there. So it's like a movie. It's not just like, okay, we getting ready to paint a new guy. No, it's a movie before you get into it. So we really do something for about an hour. Like this last one for the female one, I had to switch up my whole entire game. So the female one, I had to, because, the female, you can't play the same games as the males. So I had to kind of switch my game up this last one. But it was still so much fun.
It sounds so fun. Like I have such FOMO over here in Boston. Like I'm going to have to come out there and get to one of these because
girl,
it sounds amazing.
I got you online.
All right. Thank you.
I got you.
Thank you. Actually, speaking of males and females, I noticed I first of all, I'm obsessed with following your studio on Instagram, and I love keeping up with your studio, but you got a male pole teacher recently who's fabulous.
Gilbert's crazy ass. Yes, we call him. Wait, what they call him? Gina. That's his pole dancer name, Gina. Yes, but he is everything. Yeah. Okay, he is so everything, and he wears his 8-inch heels. He is so like the business.
Yeah, I was mesmerized watching him on your Instagram. Like he
twerks all that.
Oh, he is like fully self-expressed, like holding nothing back.
Yes. Yes, that's my girl. That's my girl.
Okay, gosh, there's so many things that I'm like obsessed that I want to dive into. I almost don't even know where to go next, but I do think it is always fun, and I know I can hear Bo in the background there somewhere. It's always fun to talk about your relationship because I think it's amazing. You guys have been married for 18 years.
Forever.
You haven't killed each other yet. Exactly. And you spend all of your time together, like 24/7.
Yes. Right now he's recording me being recorded. Okay? We get up and we take the kids to school. We basically do all the damn studio drop-offs. We do everything together.
I'm obsessed with your whole relationship.
The key is we don't argue in front of people because you really have a... people, when they argue in front of people, they like to hurt people's feelings. So the key is never argue in front of people and learn to disagree. When you're married, I say the person who has the best relationship doesn't work. what really, really works is the person who works at their relationship. Is a difference. You know, it's really a difference.
So you actually do have to work at it. It's not as easy as it looks.
Oh, hell yeah. It's like a job. Shit. If you don't work, it don't work.
Right.
Yes, it's just like a job, baby. When they say you leave your job and come home to another job, yes, being married and have kids, that's a separate job.
Absolutely. And thank you for saying that, because I feel like you guys literally seem like so perfect. It's hard for me to even imagine that you actually fight, or that it's like not perfect, or that you do have to work at it. But I have to remind myself, like, that's just social media, or that's just like what you put out there. Like, you're not going to have everything out there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We do fight, but it be over stupid, yeah. It be over real stupid stuff. Like, it could be over, okay, where you want to go eat? No, I want to go here. Like, it be over stupid stuff.
I know the feeling.
Oh, our number one argument is me driving. OMG. I'm the perfect driver, but he does not think so. So, in order for us not to argue wherever we going, he got to drive, because he'd be like, oh my God, you speeding. Bo, I'm doing under the speed limit. What are you talking about? Oh my God, did you see that car? He was on my side, like you was getting ready to hit him. So that's our number one argument, is for real, the car. I'd be like, why do you like me to even drive if all you do is argue with how the hell I drive?
And can I ask you a personal question? Like, you guys have been together a really long time. Are you still like lovey-dovey with each other?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Because like when we go out, like, okay, I have a ball. Like when we go out and say we're going dancing or something, or we're going to a club, I'll have a ball, like just dancing with his ass, like all night, you know?
Aww.
But our lovey-dovey is different. It's not like, oh, let's go down the street and tongue kiss all.
Exactly.
Like, you know, it's not that. It's just like emotional. I love to dance with him. I love the way he look at me, and I like to tease him and be like, look at me, I'm switching, put a little twitch in your hips because you're watching. That's the kind of goofy stuff.
I saw those boxers that you got him for Christmas with your face all over them.
That was everything. He was like, only your dumb ass will get somebody boxers. I said, those are so damn cute. I'm getting those made too, just a little FYI. I'm getting those made because everybody was on them, and my boy said that he could make them. So we are in the works. We're getting ready to try to get those made for Valentine's.
That was fantastic. Hey, it's Andrea here. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. I just wanted to take a moment to tell you about a very exciting opportunity that is happening this week only for you to be part of my exclusive advanced reader group for the book Own It All, which I am dropping on March 15th. So if you sign up now to be an early reader, you will not only get access to the book early, you will get access to my private Facebook community, 4 30-minute live group coaching calls where I will be sharing with you one mindset shift and some practical tools that will help you get whatever you want in life in the areas of health, wellness, career, relationships, time management, and more. You will also get my journaling pages and free access to the 8-week Own It All challenge, which is starting in March. So to apply for the early reader group, just go over to ownitallbook.com. And thank you, because that's exactly what I meant. I feel like we have this whole image, like in the movies, of like married couples just like making out. And I'm like, who the hell is making out after like 10 years of being together?
Not at all.
No.
Not at all.
Thank you.
Not at all. Okay. Like Kevin Hart said when he be like, did you buy that lemonade? When he buy that lemonade in the store, and he be like, hey, you see my ass buying this goddamn lemonade. Why your ass didn't get one of your goddamn self? That's how it is, you know? Mary J, like on the doggone shows where they hugging and kissing all night and day. No, it ain't like that.
That makes me feel better. So let's talk a little bit about pole dancing and basically what you love about it. You shared a little about this with me for the book when you talked about just the confidence that you see women gaining, and that their partners see in them, and just how much that moves you and how much people will come and thank you about that. Can you just say a little bit about that?
Yeah, I love what I do because basically when you start seeing people change as far as their self-confidence, they done lost 20, 30, 40 pounds. And then you can't tell them nothing now. Now when they walk in a room, everybody is noticing. But before you didn't even know they was in the room. I love it. I love what I do because of how it makes other people feel. For example, this never gets old. Like when men come to the studio and we have our pole dancing graduation and they come up to me and be like, I love you. And I be like, what? They be like, I love you because really you done made my whole marriage change. You done made it where I'm not getting a divorce no more. You done made it where my wife loves her body now. Because even though every woman has their preference on how they should look, okay? If you basically have it where you done lost all this weight, but you still don't feel comfortable in your body, it's still a problem. So the men come up to me and be like, oh my God, I remember when she wouldn't even take off her clothes. Now she's walking around the house naked, you know? So I live for this when people DM me and be like, Phee, look what I can do. Look, I can get this trick. Look, you remember when I first started and I could barely do the sexy walk and now I'm up here inverting and everything. That's what drives me. Like, I just love to hear that. That never gets old. And everybody's story is different. Because when I first started, I used to always hear about people losing weight. But I had one young lady where basically she came to the studio for a pole dancing party and she started pole dancing with us. And she was all like, everybody's talking about losing weight. Hell, I came here and I just wanted to gain weight. And now that and she used to throw up and she used to have the disorder where she would always throw up her food. So she was just saying, now I done gained all this weight. I think I'm the sexiest woman alive, you know? So everybody's story is different. And that's what I live to hear. I love to hear it.
It sounds like that's kind of how you give back to other women and support them is by creating this environment. I imagine that the women at your studio are really supporting each other too.
Oh, yes. We're so supportive. Hell, we just had one girl just get her master's. Everybody go to the graduation. If we know about it and we can come out to support, we're there. It's a pole family. It's not just a pole studio. We're your pole family. We're your pole sisters. When you go through something, we go through something and vice versa. So when it's your turn to go through something and we walk you through it, when we turn around and it's the other person's turn, you remember when it happened to you. So you like to give back. So it's really, we're a pole family, not just a pole studio. And that's the difference. Because I tell people, anybody can teach pole dancing tricks, anybody. What they come for is your friendship. What they come for is you being their pole sister. What they come for is that being comfortable with you. You know how when you leave and go away for college and then you come back home and you know it's home and it feels comfortable? That's what they come for. It's not the pole tricks. Anybody can teach you a damn pole tricks. They doing this for the customer service. They doing this for that friendship. That's what we're about. That's what makes us different from everybody else.
That's amazing. It sounds like that's the biggest difference that your community sees is the confidence that they're getting. And it's not just coming from learning how to do things physically or just learning how to feel sexy, but also from the community that's surrounding them and really cheering them on. And
correct.
It's beautiful. What are some things that make you feel confident? Or like, especially, you know how sometimes you just like, you need that extra dose of confidence where you're like, I'm just like, something gets in your head. Maybe you're like a little rattled that day and you just want to feel confident. Like, what are your go-tos?
My husband. He is the reason why I have such a big head. It's not a day that go by that he don't be like, damn, girl, you sexy as shit. It's not a day that go by that be like, ooh, your ass look good in them jeans. It's not a day that go by. And now, if I try something on and I walk by him and he don't be looking like it's his first time he ever saw me, I be like, damn, I got to go change. But no, he makes my head big as hell. Aww. And that's why people can't tell me. When people tell me, if somebody was to ever tell me, like, you're not cute, I'd be like, you a liar. Like, this is so not true. Because I know good damn well I'm cute. But he's basically my booster. He pumps my head up real big.
I friggin' love you guys. This is seriously.
Girl.
This is what I mean when I say relationship goals. Like, it is no joke. And I mean, honestly, why the hell not? It's nice when you can, do things to make yourself feel confident. But like, why wouldn't you surround yourself with people who make you feel confident and who pump you up? Because guess what? Like, there's something for everybody. You're never going to please everybody. But like, why not surround yourself with the people who happen to think you're absolutely fucking amazing?
Exactly. Because if not, then you start coming in that slump with they're doing like, oh, well, yeah, you're right. I don't look good in these jeans. Or, oh, yeah, you're right. I am fat or I am skinny. Or, it could be whatever It could be whatever. It's just that surround yourself with people that are going to uplift you, not people that's going to bring you back down. Because even in business, if you surround yourself with people that are doing better than you, they're going to push you to be like, you need to get up off your ass and come on and do this. Yep. You know? So those are the people that's going to push you to make you do better.
Now, that reminds me of a story that you shared with me the last time we talked. And either we could go into that story, or if you'd rather not get into that one, you could tell me a different one. But you gave a great example of a situation where you felt kind of betrayed by someone that you had mentored. And actually it was Bo who really helped you just kind of stop feeling sorry for yourself about it and snap out of it and stop taking it personally. But do you want to share that with us?
So when I first started pole dancing, I had a good friend that basically I taught her everything she knew. And what happened was she turned around and opened up a studio, and it hurt me. It hurt me so bad that I was like not going to because I only had one studio then. I wasn't going to the studio. I was in the slumps. I was like, oh my God, this is so jacked up. And Bo was all like, what's jacked up? He said, if you don't snap out of this shit, the only person that can ever stop what you got going on, they last name end with Manuel. And if they last name don't end with Manuel, they ain't got shit to do. Get your life together. Get it together. And that's when I realized, like, you know what? You the only one that's stopping your own blessings, period. You the only one that's stopping your own blessings. And he was like, for you to be around here pouting and carrying on, it doesn't even make sense. It doesn't. So you have to have that, like I said, you have to have that one person to push you. Now, you know how they say, everything that you do, you need to learn from your mistakes. And then once you see that it was a mistake, you need to say, okay, how is it never going to happen to you again? Well, that would never happen to me again. You know why it won't ever happen to me again? Because now I put in my contract, you cannot open up a studio in a 15-mile radius from me, period. It's as easy as that. And as well as if you leave me, you can't open one in a 20-mile radius. So you always learn from your mistakes. If you just keep on going and not acknowledge your mistake and not say, how is this not going to affect me again? You doing shit wrong.
Yeah. Sounds like basically what you're saying is like, when something happens the first time, maybe you don't see it coming, but once it happens, you figure out where your boundaries need to be to stop from history repeating itself. But I have to say though too, and I mean, I think that when you're successful, there's going to be stuff like that's going to happen, right? Like there's going to be people who think they can do it better than you, or there are people that think like, oh, well, there's enough to go around. If she's doing it, I'll be able to do it too. Or, and maybe it's flattery. Maybe
it is
one way of looking at it.
It's very flattering. Yeah, because you make it look easy, which is cool. And everybody can do this. I tell everybody, you can do whatever you want. If you want to start a pole studio, do so. But at the same time, just realize my main thing is don't be sneaky about the shit. If that's what you're going to do, let me know. I can probably even help you. You feel me? So my thing is, my preacher told me, the same way you get into a situation is the same way you get out of a situation. If you go into a situation and you being janky and you hiding it from your friends or you hiding it from one of your friends because it's not right, it's going to be the same way you exit out of that situation. If you get into a doggone relationship and you already cheating, guess what? When it ends, he's going to do the same thing to you because the same way you get into a situation is the same way you get out of a situation. So that's why I tell everybody, my husband always say, be fair. So make sure that you fair at whatever you do, because when I go to bed at night, I need to make sure that I can go to sleep without not having anything on my shoulders. Like I done did this person wrong, or I done did this person right, this person wrong. Because that's my biggest fear. I always look at things like, okay, how you want to be treated. The only reason why people would say that they wouldn't like me is if they owe me money or it had to be money involved, because I'm about my business, period. It's about the money.
All right. So you've got 3 studios plus 3 kids, and you have a lot going on. You have these events that you're doing. You are hustling. Tell me how you manage your schedule. How do you manage to fit it all in? How do you know what needs to get cut out? Like, how do you make it work?
Okay. I do have a routine as far as what I do every day. What I manage is what's going on for that day. That's how I really manage. And everybody knows I carry a book around with me. If it's not in a book, it does not exist. I will not do it. Okay. So when I first wake up, I check all emails, and I literally check probably 300 emails daily.
Whoa.
Then I check my DMs. Then I check my comments on all my social media. And after that, I check my bank account. After I check my bank account, I talk to my accountant. And this is every day. After that, then I go drop off kids because it's really early in the morning. Drop off kids. After that, me, my husband, we go to all the different studios just to see exactly what they need. And that's my daily routine. And then as far as anything else that goes in there, it had to be in my book. So I know that I had to, put that into my schedule. And then I work around that.
Okay. So like, how does your day transition once your kids start getting out of school for the day?
Okay. So look, my middle child just started driving. So now I don't have to go pick up. Oh my God. Wow. And I got him a car because it was like, I can't come back up to the school. So I used to have to pick up the kids, then come back home and then go to one of the studios. And I usually go to one of the studios because we start back up from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. I go back to one of the studios and just chill. Just like, just chill to make sure that everything is running smooth.
But you said that your kids are tough on you about, like, if they have a game or something, like, you're there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they do not play that. My Saturdays and my Sundays, I try to do absolutely nothing because that's family day. Okay. That's my chill day. I barely answer the phone on Sunday. But on Saturday mornings are really, really sold up because my youngest daughter, she does softball. My oldest son, he did football. Now he's doing baseball. So, and then my oldest daughter, she in college now. So but she do photography, but I don't have to, go in. She don't have no games or anything. But those two, my youngest two, those are the ones that I have to be at the games, no matter what goes on at the studio. I have to be at the games.
That's amazing. So you're able to like really be laser focused during the day while they're at school. And it sounds like you're fully present when it's family time. Like that's it. Everything else, you shut it down. And
yeah, whatever the case, if we going bowling, they don't let me be on my phone. If we going to the movies, they were like, "Oh my God, mama." So I really, really, Sunday is my laid back family time. We'll all do something.
Do you ever spend time by yourself?
Hell no.
I thought so.
Not at all. And you know what? If I do it, it's too quiet. Like people be like, "Oh, I can go to the movies by themselves." I'll be like, "What? No, you cheating if you go to the movies by yourself." I cannot do anything by myself. No, I have to have both. And if I do, the only thing I probably do, it is something that I do. It's two things that I do by myself: get my hair done and my nails done, and that's a must. Those are the only two things that I do by myself.
You love being around people, though. That's what kind of nourishes you.
Yes. I tell people that, like, I have 3 kids. So if I walk into a room and it's silent, it irritates me. So I'll be like, okay, you guys, somebody has to turn on a radio. Somebody got to do something because, when you have kids and it's silent, what does that mean? They doing something they ain't got no business doing.
It's never a good sign.
Yes, it's never a good sign. So I really have, I don't know what it's called, but I just hate to walk into a room and it's silent. So I don't do stuff by myself at all. I go in a group or with my husband. I never do stuff by myself besides get my hair done and my nails done.
Is your oldest still living at home or is she on campus?
She's at home.
So it's not leaving a void or like an awkward silence in your house because she's still there.
She's still here.
My oldest went to college this year and he is living on campus and it is honestly weird. It's a little weird. It's a little quiet around here.
Oh, yes. And I've been thinking about that too. Like my youngest is 13. She's going to start high school next year. So I'm like, I'm not going to have no babies. Like what the hell I'm going to do after my youngest, once she go to high school and graduate, what I'm going to do? I said, man, I don't know what we're going to do.
Seriously, I'm in the same boat. I don't think I'm going to start over, though. That's what I don't think I'm going to do.
But travel, girl. Travel.
Definitely. To LA and come to Paint and Sip.
Yes. For real.
All right. This is kind of a broad question, but what do you feel like you were born to say?
I was born to say, and I've always said this, I was not put on this earth to be broke. I was put on this earth to be rich and famous. period. Always.
I love that you know that about yourself and you own it 100%.
Yes. I'm telling you, I always said that since I've always been a hustler. So I used to sell candy out of my backpack when I was like seriously in high school and junior high. And I used to tell everybody like God didn't put me on this earth to be broke. He put me on this earth to be rich and famous. And they used to be like, oh yeah, me too. No, you don't understand. Like this, for real, this is my destiny. Like I was supposed to be rich and famous. You're just saying that because I'm saying that. Like, no, I am here to be rich and famous, period.
I totally see that about you, and I don't doubt it for even a second. And then what do you think if you could have like one message to all the women out there, like one big billboard in Times Square, what would you say?
Love yourself, because ain't nobody gonna do it for you. Not right, that is. And once you love yourself, everything else will fall into place.
That's very beautiful wisdom. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you want to say or share with our listeners?
Yeah. Well, in 2019, first let's just go through the whole thing. Romance and dance. We have classes every day, Monday through Sunday. We also have twerk classes, abs and ass class, butt muscle control class, splits flexibility class, as well as we have stripper etiquette class. We have a lot of different things. If you guys want to contact us, you can follow us at Romance and Dance Pole on Instagram. On Snapchat is at Romance and Dance. On Twitter at Romance and Dance. On Facebook at Romance and Dance. On Pinterest at Romance and Dance. On MySpace at Romance and Dance. No. But yeah, no, that's about it though.
Thank you so much, Phee. Like, you are just one of my personal sheroes. I freaking love you. I am so excited to get to just amplify your message because I feel like everybody needs to follow you.
Oh, thank you, baby. Hey, and when the book come out, are y'all doing a release a party or anything?
Yeah, at Romance and Dance.
Okay. For real. Let me know when you guys release the book and everything.
I absolutely will.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Great talking with you. Thank you so much. And we'll be in touch soon.
Okay, baby.
Okay. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. Mm-hmm. I'm Andrea Isabel Lucas, and this has been the Own It All podcast. Thank you so much for listening this week. If you liked what you heard, please take a moment to subscribe, rate, and review on your favorite listening app. It really helps, and I would be so grateful. I'll be back next Wednesday with a brand new episode. See you then.